The university expelled me for submitting AI-generated papers on 3 specific dates. Hospital records prove I was in a coma during all 3 submissions. The certified letter arrived on a Saturday morning, late October, delivered to my parents' house, where I'd been living since the accident. My mother brought it to my room, where I was doing physical therapy exercises, trying to rebuild muscle mass I'd lost during 7 weeks of unconsciousness. The envelope was thick, official, embossed with the university seal. I'd worked 4 years to earn. I opened it expecting administrative paperwork about my medical leave extension, maybe scholarship renewal forms. Instead, I found my academic death sentence. Dear Mr. Daniel Cross, following a comprehensive investigation, the University Review Board has determined you violated the student code of conduct through systematic academic dishonesty. You submitted 3 papers generated through artificial intelligence in courses BIOL 402, CHEM 415, and PHYS 408 on September 12th, September 19th, and September 26th. Effective immediately, your enrollment is terminated. You are permanently expelled from the university. I read it twice before my brain processed what I was seeing. Then I started laughing. That awful hysterical sound that comes when reality breaks. My mother rushed over, asking what was wrong. I couldn't speak, just handed her the letter, watched her face transform from concern to confusion to horror. Daniel, what is this? What papers? I was pointing at the dates, my fingers shaking. Mom, look at the dates. September 12th, 19th, 26th. Where was I on those dates? Her face went pale as she understood. September 12th. I'd been in the intensive care unit at Sacred Heart Medical Center, breathing through a ventilator. My brain swollen from traumatic injury. Doctors uncertain if I'd ever wake up. September 19th, still unconscious, in a medically induced coma, while neurosurgeons monitored intracranial pressure. September 26th, 7 days into consciousness, but still in the hospital's neurological recovery unit, relearning how to form complete sentences, remembering my own name. I couldn't have submitted papers, couldn't have done anything. The medical records proved it completely, documented every single day, with timestamps, physician notes, nursing logs, brain activity monitoring. I'd been a senior at Millbrook University, studying biochemistry, with a 3.89 GPA, acceptance to 3 medical schools, pending my graduation in May. Everything I'd worked for since freshman year, every all-night study session, every summer spent in research labs, every scholarship application, was building toward becoming a physician. My father was a high school science teacher. My mother worked as a dental hygienist. They'd made enormous sacrifices to help cover what my scholarships didn't. The accident happened on August 28th, during the final week before fall semester. I'd been driving back to campus early to help set up the biochemistry lab, where I worked as a teaching assistant. The highway was clear, weather perfect. Traffic light at 6:30 a.m. The police report said the other driver ran a red light at approximately 85 miles per hour, T-boning my sedan on the driver's side, my car rolling 3 times before it came to rest upside down in a drainage ditch. I didn't remember the impact or anything that followed for the next month. My first memory after leaving my apartment was waking up in a hospital room on September 28th, confused and disoriented, unable to understand why my parents were crying. The medical file detailed everything I'd missed while unconscious: severe traumatic brain injury, subdural hematoma requiring emergency surgery, multiple fractured ribs, collapsed lung, fractured left femur, shattered left wrist, induced coma for 2 weeks to reduce brain swelling, followed by 3 additional weeks of unconsciousness as my brain slowly healed, neurological assessments every 6 hours, documenting my Glasgow coma scale scores, all indicating deep unconsciousness. When I finally woke up, the doctors called it remarkable, miraculous even, that I'd survived with minimal permanent damage. My parents had immediately contacted the university to arrange a medical leave of absence. My academic advisor, Professor Linda Kaufman, had been understanding and supportive, assuring them my scholarship would be protected. She'd even visited me in the hospital during my 2nd week of consciousness, bringing flowers, telling me the biochemistry department was rooting for my recovery. I'd been grateful, relieved that my academic future was secure. I'd spent September and early October in intensive rehabilitation, relearning how to walk without assistance, working with occupational therapists on fine motor skills and cognitive exercises. By late October, I was home, still weak but improving daily, beginning to think about returning to classes. In January, the expulsion letter destroyed all of that in 1 page of formal accusations. My father called the university's Office of Academic Integrity Monday morning, requesting an emergency meeting. The administrator who answered, a woman named Dorothy Ramirez, was polite but firm. My father's voice was tight, with controlled anger, as he explained. Ms. Ramirez, my son was in a coma during the dates mentioned in your letter. He was hospitalized, unconscious, incapable of submitting anything. We have complete medical records. There was a pause on the line before Dorothy responded, her tone now more careful. I understand your son experienced a serious medical situation. However, the papers were submitted through his student account, using his login credentials on the dates specified. Full story is linked below or on my channel.